Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championships.
Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. The build-up to the World Championships, and we've got Raymond van Barneveld here in Aberdeen. First of all, Raymond, out there, what an atmosphere it is.
Wow, it's incredible. It's been a while when I went to Scotland. I think one of the last times was Premier League in Glasgow, Edinburgh or Aberdeen. But wow, the Scot love the darts, you know, it's fantastic.
This is great practice for you guys ahead of the World Championships as well. I've been in that practice room and no one wants to lose, do they?
No, especially now. Normally, I always wanted to win, but if I have these exhibitions for motorsports or whatever in Germany, I try to do my best. But if you don't win, it's all right. But in front of the World Championship, it's different because you want to prove that you're still able to do your, you can show good darts and winning your matches. So I'm full concentrating for tonight.
Look, the World Championships is about 2 weeks away as we record this. Do you still get the butterflies for the World Championships that you always did?
Always. It's always the special one. Normally it was always about me and Phil, then later Gary came and Adrian and Michael, you know. So it was always about us five. And now you're not even on the poster. So it's different compared to those years. I know, you know, when we saw the draw, I know Nick Kenny or Stewie Bunce, I play first round, so I don't know yet who I'm going to play. So I need to win my first game, and then I'm looking probably to play Luke Humphries. So that's a tough draw, of course, but I don't mind. I'd rather play Luke. If I would have been 31, I would have played Michael Smith, or 30, would have played Michael van Gerwen. It doesn't really matter, you know. It went okay last year. Some good ranking points, but I can do better. So hopefully next year I can improve myself. I'm getting maybe higher in the top 32 and try to avoid the most of the key players like the top 6 in the world.
Does the one game a day at the World Championship suit you? Easier prep, so you know this is the one game I'm looking forward to?
Yeah, it's much easier for me. I can look forward to one game. After Christmas, it's going to be tough. You know, you play a game, maybe 2 days later, another game, and then another game. So that's harder for me. I'm 57. You know, I'm not like the likes of you know, Gian van Vliet and the likes of Luke Humphries. You know, they're all young. Even Luke Littler, you know, he's only 17. So they can last forever. You know, when I was 17, I could do it all. When I was 17, I was just starting darts, playing darts. So at the moment, some press people in Holland after me, when is your World Championship a success? It's hard to answer, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you win your first round, you meet Luke Humphries. So what can I say? I still love to be involved in the world, you know. I feel sorry for Steve Beaton. He didn't make it, you know. He's one of the most kindest persons I ever met, with a clean sheet. I can never ever tell you something bad about Steve. You know, and all the players have their own stories. Yeah. I have them. Everyone has them. You think, well, I'm nothing. But Steve, you know, he was, and I don't want to end like Steve again. You know, like no World Championship. I like to go out the World Championship with a bang. You know, like doing well. Yeah. And same as Phil when he went to the final. So hopefully for the next 3 to 5 years, I'm doing okay. If I still have the feeling I can do some damage, I will still continue, and I believe in it. You know, I'm not on the posters. You know, no one is talking about Raymond van Barneveld to lift the trophy. I know that it's realistic to say, but in my head, I believe I can. And if you believe you can achieve all and everything, and that's why I'm trying to prepare myself for.
Yeah, look, we've seen flashes of the Barney A game, but like you say, is consistency key? The problem with me is playing every single night. So if you go to the Euro Tours, you know, you play on a Friday night, then you sleep. Sometimes you have a bad sleep, but you're okay because you're playing the following night, say on a Saturday. But then if you beat your opponent then the troubles come, because the next day you play an afternoon match. And then that's too soon for me. I don't like playing afternoon matches. So those matches are hard for me. So then you go straight back to the Pro Tours, which is we start at 1. I'm not a morning person, you know, so I don't like to eat in the morning, and you need to get your energy, especially if you're diabetic like me. So I know I can do better, but I need to find a way how. My head is all right. I know I can do this. I'm for the whole year, I'm between averages like 90 and 103. Yeah. So I'm doing pretty well, but I don't win my matches.
So I lose a lot of matches on 5-all. And then everyone says, yeah, don't try to make it 5-all, make it sooner. And I have to work on that. So, but the quality of the players at the moment is incredible.
Well, you mentioned a couple of the young Dutch lads coming through. Obviously, Raymond van Barneveld, Wessel Nijman, after his suspension, has just caught light again. Has Dutch darts ever been in a better place from top to bottom?
Sometimes I'm flabbergasted, you know. I never was involved in Wessel or Gian. They all did it by themselves. And I'm really proud of these guys, you know. Niels Sonneveld, all the guys that are doing so well. Even Jeffrey de Swaan made it, you know. He had a terrible year. He never went to the World Championship for 3 years, but he still managed to do the qualifiers, and I'm really proud of him. So it's still there, and it's all about believing you can. And if you don't believe, yeah, well, then it's hard to progress, you know. You have to know. Jeffrey is such a quality player. Wessel's the same, you know. Niels can do some damage. Gian. But we all saw Gian to that Chinese player last year, you know, and the whole world was shocked. I was shocked. I was sitting there in the studio thinking, what is going on here? And then one round later, the guy hits nothing anymore. Yeah. So he was there for one night. So you can't underestimate anyone anymore at this level. No one.
Well, obviously on Xian as well, he's just won the World Youth title as well, and we could see what it meant to him as well. That first Dutchman to win the World Youth title, so that's a great accolade to have.
He wasn't celebrating too much because he knew that it was not his title. He stole it, really, to be honest. And I felt sorry for Jurjen, you know, because winning that title would give him the World Youth title for the first one. It would give him a wild card for the World Championship, the big one, you know. And next year, the Grand Slam of darts. So he missed out all on everything. And now we have to go back to Q School in January.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and those 4 things he could have managed to win. Those things were all in 5 match darts. Can you remember?
Yeah.
And it was terrible to see. But in a way, you know, Gian has to do his job like a professional, and he turns out world champion, so all credit to him.
Barry announced this week that next year the world's going to 128 players. When you were winning your first world title and you come across to the PDC, did you ever envisage that the World Championship would go to 128 players?
I understand it, you know, it's petty powers involved, they want more rounds, more, because people betting on it, you know, I get that, and that's where we get the prize money for, so I agree. But maybe this January I already booked my hotel room for the Hilton next year, because 32 players more, you have to be quick to book a room. No, I like it. Yeah, I like the way that you give more players the opportunity to develop themselves, you know, and I think Barry does a great job there. And yeah, why not? You know, some players are miss out because they're just 65th or 33 and they just miss out, they didn't qualify. We're going to miss Mervyn King this year, José de Sosa, the likes of who else didn't make it? Well, Steve Beaton, for instance. And yeah, it's fair in a way, but it's also bad, you know, because we love to see these players on the biggest level, and hopefully next year they're all there, apart from Steve, of course.
Well, you've mentioned a lot of names, young and old, and obviously Phil's now retired from competitive darts. It feels like a real changing of the guard at the moment. We're seeing a lot of the older statesmen now walk away and do their own thing, and this young breed coming through. But you're still in the mix, you're still competing.
Yeah, the thing is, I love to make fun in the practice area. Me and Mike always make fun, you know, we practice together, we do 121s and stuff, and we make fun. Adrian Lewis was always there, we make fun, you know, James Wade, fun. Phil, always there, make fun. Always a bit of banter between us, you know. But you don't see that anymore, you know. Everyone is so focused. Everyone is with their earplugs in. They don't want to be disturbed. Yeah, sometimes I find that hard because you can't make contact with anyone anymore. And sometimes it's just like giving some banter or just make fun and have a nice gag between. And that's not happening. So everyone sees it's like a professional sport at the moment, and everyone prepares themselves the way they want.
You touched on that. Have we lost the characters from the game? Because I remember going back when the Premier League was all like the guys you just said, but they were characters. Everyone knew them. But have we not developed the young characters enough, do you feel?
Well, no, I think they deserve it. You know, they gave Luke Littler a wild card for the Premier League, and he proved that he could win the Premier League. So all credit to him. Luke Humphries should be there. Michael van Gerwen should be there. But now we are in a position that darts is sometimes getting too much. You know, you know, Premier League, World Series, Pro Tours, Euro Tours, majors. I imagine for the likes of Michael and all these top 4, top 8 players in the world, it's getting too much. And they are in a position to cancel some Pro Tours or Euro Tours for one, but I can't.
Yeah,
because I'm 32 in the world, I have to go everywhere, because one day it could be your day, like in Hildesheim last year. I won £15,000 to win a Pro Tour, and that makes me to the World Match Play, gives me to be in the top 16 of the Pro Tour of Merit, which qualified for all the Euro Tours, and that is so important, because nowadays you don't want to qualify. I went to the qualifiers for the Grand Slam of Darts, and I didn't. Mickey Mansell beat me. So, if you can avoid qualification, you were better off, of course, and that's what you try to do for the next year.
Before we let you go, Alexandra Palace, do you believe there is a 6th world title in you?
I always believe, but I have to be realistic. I'm not going to stand here like Tarzan and saying I'm going to do this. That's not realistic. But in my head, I can beat anyone. Luke Humphries knows that for the last 3-4 times, I had a good run against him. Last time he beat him, and he won the whole thing. Yeah? But I was missing 3 darts for 2-0. So what would have happened if I had to throw in leg 3 and it was 2-0 up?
Yeah.
Now you're thinking, oh no, I'll give the second leg away. But then you're 2-0 up, and then you're thinking, I can do this. So anything is possible, but you have to believe you can. And if you don't believe, nothing is possible.
Raymond, thank you very much as always.
Cheers, Phil. Cheers. Cheers.